Well, boys and girls. How we doing? Just gonna keep the thumbnail up here until we get some more people. If you're new, you'll see my face eventually. But boy, if I had a day, have I had a day with YouTube? Um, I'll get into that in a little bit. But if you're new to the channel, if you're seeing this on the replay, this is a live stream. Welcome, welcome, one and all. My name is Rodney. Talk Raider stuff. Currently sitting in my dorm room. Just impatiently waiting to see who we hire as the next head coach. So I'm excited. I am monitoring the chat on my phone here, so I could see what you're saying, even though I have the beautiful thumbnail that I did in like 10 minutes up. Let's see here. Are we talking to anyone? Am I even live? But yeah, man, I'm excited to talk about this. I'm gonna have things to say. I'm just waiting for a few more people. Oh, I see Dominique, Adrian, Ardo. What's going on? What's going on? So just gonna let a few more people here matriculate, come in here. Oh, you guys could see me. I didn't even know that you can see me even though I'm sharing my screen. Good thing I wasn't picking my nose or something. Rod Gas, shout out from Mexico, Rodney. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, and then there's just a random comment in there. All right, let's get into this. Who do we want as? Oh, let's talk about the YouTube stuff first. For you guys who don't know, who haven't been monitoring and following, I have not been able to upload videos to YouTube um, successfully. So what would happen is I'd upload ones, and this started way back in the simulation series for Madden. I would upload videos, and the file would say it's the exact length. It would upload, and then once it would go on YouTube, it would be like 20 minutes short every single time. So I contacted YouTube's content support team. They said, "Send me your files." They did a 48-hour decoding process. Nothing came up. I was like, "I don't know what's going on." They're like, "Try uploading another video." I did that, and this time it didn't even work. It just said process abandoned. So I was like, "This is so weird. Let me see if it works on my computer just to make sure." I'd click the video, and I would skip to the end, and it would rubber band back to the beginning. And I was like, "What?" I would keep watching the video, and then it would stop on my computer. So apparently, for some reason, my files are getting corrupted when I export them a certain way. I exported the highlight video a different way this time, and it's completely fine. So I've solved the problem. The highlight video is coming soon. I believe tomorrow at 1 p.m. This video was supposed to be a video, not a live stream. But if you guys comment, I will get to those comments in a second. But I didn't know that I was going to have this problem solved by the time that I made this thumbnail and debuted everything. Doesn't matter. Let's talk about this. And then from now on, we're going to get more videos. And a new series, a new Man series is going to start the week after Super Bowl Sunday. So everyone else's season is ending, but your season is just beginning. Who do we want as our next head coach? Comment below, let me know. Now, this thumbnail, you may look at this thumbnail and think to yourself, 3 decent options for head coach. Maybe not the options that you would have picked or you would have thought I would have picked, but options nonetheless. Okay. I'm bringing up the chat here. Options nonetheless, right? Do we want Richie B? Do we want Harbaugh, Fangio, Kellen Moore, Todd Bowles, McDaniels or Mike Daniels or whatever the offensive coordinator for the 49ers? Josh McDaniels is the Patriots. There's options everywhere. But here's what I propose. What if we can get all 3 people that you currently see on the screen? What I mean by that is we hire Jim Harbaugh. Vic Fangio is brought in as the defensive coordinator. Rich Bisaccia gets a promotion, or not a promotion, a raise to whatever he was making, up it a little bit. He gets to keep the special teams and stay on as the assistant head coach. That would be my dream team ideal situation. Jim Harbaugh, listen, they got a little weird at the end there with Kaepernick, okay? The fact still remains that he has a higher winning percentage than almost every single coach in the National Football League. He took a 49ers organization that was in complete and utter shambles and flipped the script, and by his third year or his second year, went to the Super Bowl. And they were getting their butts kicked until the lights went out in that Super Bowl. We all remember. But nonetheless, he went to the Super Bowl. Like, the guy's a winner, and he knows what he's doing. He had a defensive coordinator who was Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio just got fired, and I'm sure Vic Fangio would want nothing more than to come to Vegas to avenge his firing and beat Denver 2 times. Rich Bisaccia, he won over the locker room. Max Crosby and Derek Carr have come out and said he's the guy. Do I think he's the guy? It's tough. Early on, he seemed to be a little bit out of his depth, but he did improve throughout the year. And I would say that if Harbaugh is not the guy, I would not be upset if Mark Davis said, let's just run it back. Another thing we have to consider is a GM. People are throwing Louis Riddick out there. Now, listen, I love Louis Riddick. Once a Raider, always a Raider. My only problem is that I feel like Mike Mayock and him are sort of in the similar vein, which doesn't mean that I was upset that we signed Mike Mayock in the first place. I really thought we should have kept Mike Mayock, to be honest with you. But we let him go. So we're just going to go from one TV guy to another. Now, it is a little bit different because Louis has worked in the league before. So I wouldn't hate Louis Riddick. There's assistant GMs for the Colts that's been thrown around. A scout for the Bengals who knows Harbaugh has been thrown around. The de facto GM of the Patriots has been thrown around. I'm not going to pretend to tell you something that I don't know. I'm not really sure who we should grab as GM because I don't. That's a crapshoot. You just pick a hotshot executive from a really good team and you hope that he knows what he's doing. That's basically what they do every single time. As far as coaches go, Harbaugh is my guy, and I think that there is potential for us to get all 3 people that you see on the screen right now. Keep Bisaccia, make the locker room happy. Harbaugh comes in, he inherits a winning team. Fangio runs the defense. That's a dream team right there. That is electric. The reason why Harbaugh is my 1 and Bisaccia is my 2 is because I don't know if Mark Davis is equipped mentally to go out and find the guy that is the next big head coach. I think that he's just going to interview a bunch of people. If he doesn't get Harbaugh, he's going to interview a bunch of people. Kellen Moore, Todd Bowles, Gerard Mayo, and then just pick one. And that could work or it could not. With Harbaugh, lesser so Bisaccia, but still to an extent, but more so with Harbaugh, you have proven statistics to show he knows what he's doing. So that's my take on the situation. I see you guys are commenting here. I'm going to stop sharing the screen now and get to some comments, but that's my take on the situation. So let's stop sharing. Get out of here. Okay. Do you guys agree with me? I haven't read it. Oh, look at this. Look at my sloth in the corner here. Look at it. Anyway. Okay. Adrian. I'm 14. I know myself. I want Vic Fangio for DC if Bradley leaves. I don't know who is good for offensive coordinator, and if we get Jim, I don't know a lot about him. Can you explain how good he is for a coach? I feel like I did that. He's a motivator type. He's a no nonsense discipline guy too. So I think he'd work well in that regard. I don't know who his OC would be. Would he bring someone from Michigan? Would he keep Greg Olson? Probably not. And I don't really want Greg Olson back. I like Ole, but he's not the guy for me. How's Penn State? It's fine. It's a little cold. We're just having fun here. Harbaugh hire, Fangio DC, Dobbs GM, OC from Texans. Okay, I don't know much about the OC from the Texans. That's an interesting take. Rather have someone young and Dobbs at GM. Yeah, again, I would also rather have somebody extremely young if it's not Harbaugh. But again, I just don't know if I trust Mark Davis to be able to make that decision. At that point, we're just flipping a coin, you know. Let's see. I don't think Harbaugh will want Rich Speed to stay for more reasons because if things don't go right, then players return. No, I don't think so. I think that if people are professionals, and also I don't think that things are going to go wrong. I think it'll work. Um, you personally, I want front office person with the Bucks, Rams, or Chiefs because those teams go all in. Excuse me, and acquire talent. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Would you rather have a culture changer or a smart head coach? Culture change is interesting. I actually think our culture is fine. It's our discipline. We got guys in the locker room that when they speak, they garner the room's interest. You listen to them, the Wallers, the Crosbys, the Carrs, the Renfros, the Jacobses, the Abrams. Um, so the culture I wouldn't want changed, but I want someone with a little bit of discipline to take away some of the pre-snap penalties and to know when to call the right timeout. And again, I'm not saying Rich Bisaccia isn't that. I'm saying that at times he struggled to do that, but he did get significantly better. We're talking about a 10-7 team who made the playoffs here. We're not talking about a 4-13 team. Pep Hamilton would be Harbaugh OC. He was Texas QB coach this year and was Colts OC with luck. You see now you're speaking my language. Pep Hamilton sneaky worked wonders with Davis Mills. Davis Mills was the second best rookie quarterback this year. I could fully admit that, saying that I was all in on Zach Wilson. Still think Zach Wilson's going to be good. Just give it some time. But Davis Mills played pretty well with Pep. I would love to see that. So we could have potentially here Harbaugh head coach, Vic Fangio DC, Pep Hamilton OC, Rich Bisaccia special teams assistant head coach. Doesn't that sound like the move? To me, it sounds like the move. But I don't know. You guys tell me. Is there anyone that I'm forgetting? Josh McDaniels is also somebody I'd love to get, but I just don't think he'll ever leave. So, what do you guys think? I don't know. How we feeling? Also, because I never showed my. Here we go. My worry with Harbaugh is that he's bad record in big games. Raiders won 4 close games, which they needed to win, and got to the postseason. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could counteract that by saying he went to the Super Bowl. I mean, there was a year in 2013, 2014, before they lost to the Seahawks, where they were the 6th seed. No, they were the 5 seed. First round went into Lambeau, beat the Packers. Next game, 14-2 Carolina Panthers went into Carolina and beat them. So I would argue that I wouldn't say that he has a bad record. I guess statistically he does have a bad record. If you're telling me, I believe you. But he's also been to a Super Bowl, so there's that too. I wouldn't mind Josh McDaniels. Yeah, again, I wouldn't mind him either, but I feel like he's just not gonna lead the Patriots until Belichick retires and he could just take over the team. Yeah, but anyway, last thing I want to do here, because this is going to be a short little video, just for you guys to have my take out there, because I've had a lot of takes that I haven't got out there from this season that were money, and I was shooting myself. However, if you guys go back and watch my predictions video, 10-7, and what's crazier is the thumbnail has Bengals loss, Cowboys win. So, and everyone was calling me crazy. But last thing I want to do here is I want to show you my playoff predictions, and you'll know they're real and before the season started, because there's a lot of stuff, especially early on, that's completely wrong and crazy. But I just thought you guys would be interested to see them, so I'm going to share them with you now. Here they are. I had the Raiders making the playoffs and the Bengals making the playoffs, which is a thing that not a lot of people had, if we're being honest. I had the Dolphins initially, crossed them out for the Browns right before the season started. The NFC is a complete mess. I had the Seahawks in and the Washington football team in. Although, that doesn't really count because Fitzmagic got hurt. Who knows what would have happened? Same thing with the Saints. The Saints I had winning the division. They beat the Bucks twice this year without Jameis Winston, or I guess they had him for a quarter and a half. So I don't think that's that crazy. But let's focus over here on the top four. Whoa. Titans, Bills, Rams, Packers. That is a big time possibility. It's honestly the four teams that I expect to be in the championship games. Now, if I had to do it over, I'd probably have the Packers beating the Rams and the Bills winning the Super Bowl. But I'm going to stick with this because this is what I had preseason. So, I don't claim to get everything right, but I seem to get the big things, especially. So that's just an interesting little thing I wanted to show you guys there. Um, but anyway, I think I'm gonna head out here. This is just getting my take out there as to who I would want. If you guys want me to answer any of the questions, I will do so. Um, Other than that, a couple man videos coming. We will see ya when we see ya. Ardo says, I feel like the Rams or Packers will lose, not getting to the Super Bowl. I mean, the Rams could lose. I don't see the Packers losing. Not to Jimmy Garoppolo. And I mean, if Jimmy Garoppolo throws the ball over 20 times in this game, the 49ers will lose the game. And I don't hate Jimmy Garoppolo, but he's got a sprained shoulder, he's got a sprained finger or something, and he has a tendency to just airmail it just one too many times. We saw it in the Cowboy game. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to subscribe. It is free after all, no charge to you, and just win, baby.